What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? It's me, man, your big partner, Cartoon One, the Village Storyteller. As y'all know, when I add the Village Storyteller, that this is one of the stories that's on my Village Storyteller channel. Like I say, eventually I'm gonna stop letting y'all know this because the people that rock with me, that's down with the station, y'all are gonna already know. The stories that you get on this station are not real. They're not true. The people are not real. The events are not real. The person, place, or things are not real. They're fiction. They're made up. They're for people like who wants to hear stories like on an audio book, sort of get down. Like I said, if you at work, at break, at whatever, you just want to catch a story to be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Instead of picking up a book and reading it, you can catch it right here on, cartoons, audio books, the Village Storyteller. Anyway, to proceed on with the story, man, this is a story about a homie named Ghost. Ghost was a rider, homie, for his neighborhood. Ghost, he was a rider. Ghost had good people in his life. Ghost had good people in his life, but now Ghost was so caught up in what was going on the streets that Ghost didn't give the good people in his life a lot of chance to have an impact on his life. Listen, Ghost was in and out of jail all the time. Ghost's mother prayed for him. She couldn't do nothing with him. She just, chalked it up and gave it to God. Let God deal with him. Anyway, Ghost lived right directly in the middle of the set. It was people on his street that had been living there for a lot of years. A lot of years. It was a lady who stayed like 4 houses down. She was old. This lady had to have been in her 90s. So she looked. She might have been in her early hundreds or somewhere in her 80s. But everybody kind of predicted, man, that woman was in her 90s somewhere. She didn't come outside a lot. When she did, she sat on the porch. She didn't bother nobody. She was one of those old ladies that peeked through the window, through the curtains all day. Everybody called her the witch lady. You know what I'm saying? She had the biggest, ugliest house on the street. It looked like a small little castle, little mini mansion in the middle of the block almost. And she had been living there for years. Her family before her had been living there. So that house had been in their family for over 100 years. Anyway, Ghost had never spoke with her. Ghost had never said nothing to her. And, he just knew that was the ghost lady, the witch lady who lived down the street. She watched Ghost grow up. She watched Ghost go up on this street. Never, like I say, at the time, never said nothing to him. Of course, a few times she ran him and 1 or 2 more, the little homies that Ghost was running with, she ran him out the yard. Get out the yard. Get off my grass. Get out the yard. Get out the yard. So, everybody in the neighborhood knew to stay off her grass, stay out of yard. All the mothers would tell their kids back then, don't go in the witch lady yard. Don't go in the witch lady yard. Okay, well, cool. As Ghost got older, Ghost had just got out of jail. For assault. Ghost was only in high school, but he had ended up getting into a gang fight at school. And during the gang fight, I believe Ghost hit one of the dudes he was fighting with something out of his bag. What it was, I don't know. But Ghost cracked him across the dome. But anyway, the police was called, and Ghost was sent to juvenile hall with a couple of other cats. He was in juvenile hall for about 4 days. And he ended up getting out. Now, he had been to juvenile hall several times between the ages of 15 and 17. Back and forth. The witch lady had seen Ghost get picked up and locked up by the police twice on that street before. But anyway, as time went on, Ghost was doing this thing. Ghost was a rider for a set. He put major work in all the time. If it looked like something was going wrong and Ghost wasn't the one to talk about it, Ghost wasn't the one to put a whole bunch of thought into a jaw jacket. Man, what's up? Let's go. Where they at? Okay, cool. So anyway, Ghost just got out. Time going on. Man, Ghost kicking it in the park. The park was a few blocks over. Ghost kicking it in the park with his homeboys, and they doing their thing. So, an incident had happened. An incident had happened at the skate ring earlier that day. Some of their homeboys had got into it with some dudes from another set. And it was a talk. There was a talk in the set that day at that time. When Ghost walked up, they was talking about it. Man, whoop whoop whoop, man, such and such, man, got to fight with such and such up at the skating ring, and man, they packed the homie out. So it was the talk of the whole. Dudes was Ghost and them was like, well, how many homies was up there? Who all was it? Man, it was the homie such and such and such and such, man. What? So man, what number the two of the homies? How many was there? Man, it was about 8 of them. Dang, where the homies at? Man, they at home right now. They all right, but they, to pack the homies out, man, we ain't finna go for that. We ain't finna accept that. They got to pay for that. So, Ghost was one of them ones like, you right. They got to pay for that. They got to. So, they were gonna go that night. They had set plans up to go that night and put work in on that other set. They had made plans to go that night and put work in on the other set. They was 4 deep. It was Ghost and 3 more of his homeboys. And Ghost was with it. He always been with it. So anyway, Ghost left, and he said, well, look, man, we gonna meet back up in the park tonight. We gonna meet back up in the park tonight. So Ghost was like, yeah, exactly what time? So he's like, man, be back in the park at 7 o'clock. So Ghost was like, bet, I'm gonna be there. So Ghost ended up going home. He had kicked it in the house for the rest of the day, and he ate, and it wasn't no thing. Ghost got up to answer the door. It was a knock at the door, and he got up to answer the door. When Ghost got to the door, wasn't nobody at the door. What? Ghost was tripping on this. He like, all right. So Ghost ended up going back, go back kicking his heels up, watch a little TV program. Another knock at the door come. Now at this time, it was a little after 6 o'clock. It might have been about 5, it might have been 8 minutes after 6 when these knocks was coming at the door. Now Ghost had to meet his homeboys back at the park at 7 for them to go handle their business and put their work in. Another knock at the door came. Ghost got up to go answer the door, and when he got to the door, it was nobody there again. So now, man, Ghost tripping like, man, I know goddamn well somebody knocking at this door. So boom. Now Ghost is getting himself together, and he putting his paraphernalia on. He getting ready to go shoot up to the park, a couple of blocks over. He finna go shoot up to the park to go meet with his homeboys so they can go handle their business. Okay. Now,